At Reliance, business and philanthropy go hand in hand. Both are inspired by the same we care philosophy to improve the lives of our people so that no Indian is left behind. All my most valued stakeholders, I shall conclude with something that is very close to my heart and is absolutely critical for the ever expanding growth of Reliance in the decades to come. Reliance began its journey as a listed company 45 years ago. It was small, very small when it was born. A single room office with just 2 tables and a shared landline phone in a crowded marketplace in old Mumbai. And our founder and my father, Shri Dhirubhai Ambani, had a mighty big vision and soaring ambition. Also, an indomitable willpower to translate his vision into action, surmounting the stiffest of obstacles that came his way. Today, Reliance has grown into one of the world's largest and most valuable business enterprises. Indeed, it has become the pride of India as a national institution. But I would like everyone in our Reliance family to always remember 2 things. 1, even when Reliance becomes much bigger in the future, which it surely will, it will always carry our founders' pioneering spirit. 2, even when Reliance further expands its global footprint in the future, which it surely will, it will retain its Indian soul and its proud Indian identity. Patriotism inspires and energizes everything we do every single day in Reliance. Dear friends, it has been my personal privilege to have attended every single AGM of Reliance in the past 45 years. This year, 2022, is a happy milestone in my 45-year-long association with Reliance. I complete 2 decades of serving your company as its chairman. All of Reliance's achievements have been on account of the fabulous team of leaders and professionals I have been fortunate to work with. I remain forever grateful to each and every one of them. When my senior colleagues and I look back, Reliance's story reads like an unputdownable book with never-ending chapters of success. Every decade, every year, new chapters of achievements are getting added. We have collectively succeeded in growing Reliance from strength to greater strength only because each one of us in the leadership team have internalized the founder's mindset. What do I mean by the founder's mindset? It means working incessantly to preserve and further enrich the purpose, philosophy, and passion of Dhirubhai Ambani. I would like to state this philosophy in terms of 10 principles of building our unique leadership capital now and in the future. First, people capital. Reliance's greatest strength is our human assets, not just our financial assets. The greatest value creators are brains, not machines. Second, technology and innovation capital. In this age of exponential change, mastering latest technology is not an option. It is an imperative for survival and disruptive growth. Third, capability capital. Reliance judges its leaders by their expertise to plan, execute, review, and improve. Indeed, New India needs leaders whose capability must always exceed the complexity of the problem they are expected to solve. Fourth, achievement capital. Reliance rewards and honors overachievers, but aiming low is not acceptable. Fifth, relationship capital. We fully understand that people are not robots and money is not the sole motivation that drives them to deliver peak performance. Healthy interpersonal relations create happy organizations.
Sixth, trust capital. Reliance places highest value on trustworthy people. For organizations as well as individuals, there is no better way to earn respect than to be trustworthy. Seventh, cooperation capital. This means 1 plus 1 becomes 11. When people cooperate and teams collaborate, it's an integral part of our SOP. Eighth, empathy capital. The world is increasingly coming around to realize that powers of the heart are superior to powers of a cold, rational mind. Compassionate capitalism needs compassionate leaders. Ninth, integrity capital. Honesty and uprightness are non-negotiable principles at Reliance. And 10th, community engagement capital. Lastly, we recognize that serving the community that supports and sustains us is our corporate moral responsibility, not just a legal corporate social responsibility. These are the 10 tenets of leadership building in Reliance. By scrupulously following these 10 tenets, we have nurtured Reliance's unique institutional culture. It's because of this institutional culture that Reliance has so far been a super success. Maintaining this institutional culture to achieve perpetual growth is the most challenging task before our existing and tomorrow's leadership team. Dear shareholders, we are living in an era of technological breakthroughs at an unprecedented pace. For businesses that are agile and disruptive, this era offers unimaginable opportunities for growth and value creation.
Others will become stagnant and get left behind.
We have to be future-focused with a firm resolve to make the future much brighter than our present and the past. That is why we must continually strengthen the culture and the foundation of our institution. But there is also another equally important reason which is compelling us to do so with utmost priority. With the completion of 75 years of freedom, our country will begin its march into the future with bolder and more confident steps. New India is poised to become one of the top 3 economies in the world with a size that can be 4 or 5 times bigger in the next few decades. It is not a question of if, but when.
India's rising prosperity will create almost limitless multi-decade growth opportunities for Reliance. Simultaneously, the developmental aspirations of 1.4 billion Indians are surging explosively. They want to live in a more inclusive India, a more equal India, in short, a better India. As a result of these two phenomena, New India will make ever higher demands on Reliance, indeed on all big businesses.
Reliance must quickly and vastly increase its contribution to the prosperity of India and the well-being of all Indians. Therefore, aware of this enormous responsibility, are going to give our very best over the coming years to enrich Reliance's leadership capital and institutional culture.
We are creating an operating model for all our businesses that will create value in perpetuity.
Dear shareholders,